Alright everybody, we're at the McDonald's in Interlochen, and it's Saturday, so I hope that you will sit back, relax, have your morning coffee or beer, and I ain't judging you, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and come along with us for the Saturday drive. We're back in Interlochen for the first time in a few weeks, and yeah, I had to pull some videos down because of YouTube's copyright stuff. It's just stupid. So I had to pull down last Saturday drive because of like a few seconds of barely audible music that some guy was playing from his flea market booth. And Fleetwood Mac decides that, hey, we own this video now. You can't monetize it ever, but we can. And it's like, you know what, I get up. We went out to Waldo Flea Market, 30 miles away, no huge deal, but that's 60 miles round trip, plus shooting the video, plus editing it, plus uploading it. And because there's, you know, that little tiny clip of audio, Fleetwood Mac is allowed to own it. So that makes no sense to me. And you know, I could see if there was a whole song, you know, in flawless audio, them saying, okay, that's our song, you can't do that, but just a few seconds. YouTube really needs to fix that. And I'm gonna have to be more careful, I guess, when we go out and film somewhere, because, you know, as I said in that Waldo video, I have an old laptop. I can only store so much video, so I have to jettison my videos to upload the next video, so I don't even have any of that footage anymore. It stinks. But I also had to pull down my Rogues Gallery Christmas video because the generic music I use, somebody claimed ownership of it. So we will go and drive by the Rogues Gallery so we can at least see them in their Christmas attire. And I'm gonna hope they'll be back next year. But yeah. Did you see McDonald's has a new thing called Cosmix, which is like McDonald's version of Starbucks, and it's really kind of lame if you ask me, but I guess people will go there and spend money. I wouldn't, but I don't even spend money at McDonald's, so so yeah, I was watching DJ Vlad, and that's because I only watch YouTube. I don't have cable. I don't watch network television, cable, none of that, Pro Sports, Hollywood, nothing. But I was watching DJ Vlad, who had a interview with Pete Rose, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's a shame what they did to Pete Rose by keeping him out of the Hall of Fame. I mean, he is the all-time hit leader in baseball with over 4,000 hits, and they've kept him out of the Hall of Fame. Looks like they're doing some work down there. So here's one of our big Christmas decoration houses in Interlochen. We had this on film at night, which I had to delete, but I guess it looks just as cool during the day. You can probably see the decorations they have a little better that don't light up. But yeah, anyway, Pete Rose should have been in the Hall of Fame, first ballot. And now the man is 82 years old, and they are still not putting him in. They should put him in immediately, like no vote, no nothing, just put him in like yesterday. And that's what I think. But I know there's a lot of split opinions on that, but because of, you know, the Chicago Black Sox scandal, they're probably just making an example of Pete Rose, even though he didn't bet against his own team. He you know, bet on his team to win. Which to me, I mean, so what? Put that man in the Hall of Fame. And do it quick, because he is 82 years old and he deserves to see himself and give that speech. So see himself in the hall and give that speech. All right, now we're just going to shoot the Rogues Gallery right quick, just because I think these are the neatest decorations in town. And that is so cool. There's the Grinch. Maybe see these Santa and Mrs. Claus right there. And the Raggedy Ann and Andy's. Very cool. There's a kitty. Where's Waldo? I think we found him. Alright, that's very cool. Those people probably think I'm a weirdo because of the amount of times I've driven by there filming their stuff. But I guess now we're going to go down and do the Taco Bell and AutoZone updates. There is a little bit to see. They've done some progress. And we'll go check that out. Here's my church that I like so much. I love this church. That is one pretty church right there. Been there since the 1880s. So let's see. YouTube's dumb copyright rules, Pete Rose. Don't really have much else to talk about. At least, and keep it vanilla. But let's go see what's going on at the Taco Bell AutoZone. There's the Flores thrift shop, which we made a video of. That is Highway 315, which goes to Ocala that way. And also goes to Orange Springs. And back into the metropolis of Interlaken, the greater metro area of Interlaken. And yeah, we haven't seen our huge hole in the road here in a while, so we'll get a glimpse of it. Look at that. That is going to mess somebody up one day. Probably didn't see it because this camera stinks, but here we are coming to the Circle K. You know the routine. Circle K. And there is Taco Bell. Got the workers in there. And it looks like they put more finishing on the outside. Last time it was all white with just insulation, so. And now we're just going to go over and do the AutoZone. I don't think there's much I can show from the back and the side of the building. Okay, and right across from the AutoZone, they have a new ice place. There's one like a block away from there, so it's kind of messed up. And it looks like the aimless drivers have found them someone at the gas pump. And we're just going to walk over here and get the AutoZone from the front because the side is basically completed. So that's the AutoZone progress report. It's going to do it for the Saturday drive. We hope you enjoyed and found it somewhat relaxing. And we'll be back next Saturday for the Saturday drive. I don't know if we'll be in Interlaken or if we'll go somewhere else. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to do them in Interlaken if there's no real visible progress on the AutoZone and Taco Bell, so